Hi, Shyla. There's Shyla, the mama of all the other little ones you see. And there's our fountain. I turned it on in between taping. It helps really aerate the water. Right now it's so covered in pollen. But hopefully we'll be able to show you how we feed the fish today. That's just looking that way. So if we go down here, we have stairs going down to feed the fish. They eat out of my hand. We keep trying to plant in wildflowers around the pond. I think we actually got some phlox going, and I'm thinking maybe some butterfly weed. There's a little rowboat we have, a boat we have a little engine to, so when the kids come out, they can go on the pond. The kids down here swim in this kind of stuff, but I'm from Denver, and if the water isn't clear, I'm not swimming in it. That's just the way I was raised. But if they want to swim in it, they can go for it. And this, it just looks over the berm. It's quite steep. That was a scary mess when we moved in. I've cleaned it up since then and needs mowed right now, but a lot of that's wildflowers that will grow. I usually burn it, but this year I didn't because I wanted to see morel mushrooms grow up, growing down there. There's some beautiful burgundy iris for you to see. They're so pretty. The flowers are just so pretty. It's so tropical, and down here I get the best pictures of the dragonflies. Usually in the morning because the light's shining over here. I do not know what these white flowers are, but they're pretty. There's my iris, my water iris that came from my mom's pond in Colorado, and they have since spread all around the pond. I love them. They remind me of my parents, and they're beautiful. I love them. And then Ben and I had gotten a, let's see, where are we at here? There's one of our trails that leads, we have tons of trails that we walk on. Right now they're not all mowed, so I'm not going to go up on any of them, but there's one, and the other entrance to one is up there. Usually we keep that all mowed and clean. Haven't gotten that far. And our martin house never got used, and finally I was over here the other day and it has tons of babies in it. Well, they're not martins, but at least it's being used. There's Sam, our big dog. Hey, Sam. Come see us. Sammy. He doesn't mind me. There's some more iris. And then you can't really see the house. We walk to a place where you can kind of see the house from here. There's our house from across the pond. So that gives you a little view there. I'm going to pause this while I walk back across. Well, I could just talk, I guess. Our pond is probably only 9 feet deep in the deepest place because there's just so much runoff. So we have catfish. I keep wanting to say trout, bass, catfish, bass, sunfish, and there's Ben. Maybe he can get the fish food. There's our burn pile where we burn our trash. We like to keep it close enough to the house where we can have a hose. Okay, this road, these two roads right here lead down to the garden, which I'm not going to go down to today because it's not mowed. But I want to show you our lagoon, which I thought was another pond when we bought the house. It was funny. It didn't look like this either. It looked like a pond. I'm like, oh look honey, a pond. That's our lagoon, our natural, self-containing, doesn't smell sewage system. And through there, you can see that cage back there. That's my grapevines. And you can kind of see part of the garden. If you can see that dirt way back in the back, that's the garden. So we'll go back up here. There's a view of the house from where I am. Come on, Keone. Come on, Sam. Come. We'll see if we can't get Ben to get some food, and we'll see if we can feed the fish. And I, of course, my dad and I made a ton of birdhouses. Ben and I made a ton, and then my dad came, and I painted all of them. And then the nails come right out of the trees. So that's actually lasted 6 years. So that's good. That's a long time compared to a lot of them. We have to spend a couple of weeks in the shop repairing them. So back here we just terraced for when it rains. I have to show you some beautiful iris. These are so pretty. Ben's gonna go mow the garden. I just heard look at those, aren't they beautiful? Oh, they're so beautiful. I marked them so I'd know. Okay. There's Ben taking off on his Husqvarna to go finish mowing, which is a dreadful job when it's so pollendy out. Kisses back to the baby. Here's our 2-car garage with a built-in storage room that has a window, so it'd be really nice to use as a chicken coop if we ever got chickens. But all our ATVs, all that's kept in there. Then over here behind me we have a greenhouse that, if we finish it, put air conditioning and line it with plastic, we'll be able to use it all year long. My dad explained how to do it. He was wishing he could help me fix it. I was wishing he could help me do it too, because it goes much quicker. And there is our mulch maker, which we use to put compost, our compost maker, which we compost all the garden and everything else with. Over here is our shop, which is filled with tools and all the fun equipment we use to make birdhouses. You wouldn't believe how many birdhouses are in here, so I'm not even going to show you. We have so many to repair.